Tonight's mystery begins with a single notification, one that shouldn't exist. A message from an app that no one has ever heard of. A warning that arrives too late. Or maybe, just maybe, too early. This is episode 3 of Mind Games, The Last Notification. It's just past 2 in the morning, 2:03 a.m. to be exact. The city is asleep, the world is quiet, but Tyler's phone lights up the darkness of his bedroom. A single notification banner glows on the screen. It's from an app he's never seen before. Its icon, a simple black square with a white spiral in the center. The message itself is what sends a shiver down his spine. 3 words that don't belong. You were supposed to die today. Tyler sits up, his heart pounding. He fumbles for his phone. He taps the notification, but nothing happens. It just vanishes. He frantically swipes through his home screens, searching for this phantom ad. The black square with a white spirit, nowhere to be found. He checks his app library, his recently installed list, even the purchase history on the App Store. Nothing. It's like it was never there. A digital ghost. He tries searching online. Black square, white spiral app. App warns of death. The search results are a mix of graphic design forums and philosophical discussions. No mention of an app, no matching icon, no one else reporting this chilling message. It's as if the notification was a glitch, a figment of his sleep-deprived imagination. But he knows what he saw. The image is burned into his memory. A warning from an app that doesn't exist. Prostrated and deeply unsettled, Tyler does what any of us would do. He takes a screenshot of his lock screen, capturing the time and the ghost of the notification that had just been there. He posts it to a small online forum dedicated to unexplained digital phenomena. He types out his story, detailing the time, the icon, the message, and the complete lack of any evidence that the app was ever on his phone. He expects ridicule, maybe a few jokes about laying off late-night pizza. He doesn't expect a reply that makes his blood run cold. A few hours later, a comment appears. It's from a user he doesn't know. The comment simply says, "I've seen it before." Attached is a screenshot, almost identical to his own. A different time, a different date, 6 months earlier, but the same icon. The black square, the white spiral. The user explains that they received a similar notification. They said, "Don't take the 8:15 train." They thought it was a prank, some weird spam, and ignored it. The next morning, the 8:15 train derailed. They survived, but were hospitalized for weeks. They were one of the lucky ones. Since that day, they'd been searching for any sign of that app, any explanation. Until now, they'd found nothing. Tyler stares at the screen, the 2 screenshots side by side. This isn't a glitch. This isn't a prank. This is real. The warning he received, "You were supposed to die today," suddenly feels heavy, real, and terrifyingly immediate. Today isn't over yet. He realizes he needs help. Someone who deals with the strange corners of the digital world. That's when he found me. He sent an email with the subject line, "An app that predicts your death." Attached were the screenshots, a detailed timeline of events, and a single desperate question: what is happening? The first thing I did was analyze the metadata from his screenshot. The data told a fascinating story. The notification wasn't pushed from an external server like a normal app. It was generated locally from within the phone's own operating system. It wasn't an app sending a message. It was the phone itself. This was a deeper level of code, something hidden beneath the user interface. The second clue was the icon. That black square and white spiral wasn't just a random design. I'd seen it before, buried deep in old tech archives. It was the logo for a defunct, top-secret predictive AI project from the early 2010s. The project's name was Echo. Echo wasn't just another data mining algorithm. It was designed with a dark and ambitious purpose: to predict the future, specifically to predict accidents, crimes, and deaths. The project's goal was to analyze vast amounts of data traffic patterns, social media activity, weather reports, personal schedules, and identify moments of extreme danger for specific individuals. It was a digital Grim Reaper, calculating the exact time and place of a person's demise. Officially, the project was deemed too unpredictable, too dangerous, and was shut down years ago. All the code was supposedly wiped, the servers decommissioned. But as we all know, digital ghosts are hard to exorcise. I asked Tyler about his phone. Was it new? He said no. He'd bought it second-hand a few months ago from an online marketplace. It was a refurbished device, wiped clean and reset to factory settings, or so he thought. It seems the factory reset wasn't as thorough as it should have been. Deep within the phone's firmware, dormant and fragmented, pieces of Echo's code remained, a ghost in the machine, waiting for the right conditions to reawaken. But why did it send a warning to Tyler? He had no connection to the project. The answer, it turns out, was simpler and far more chilling. The warning wasn't for him. I had Tyler dig up the original sales listing for his phone. With a bit of digital sleuthing, we were able to find the previous owner. His name was Mark. We looked into his online presence and found a memorial page. Mark had passed away unexpectedly 6 months ago. The cause of death: a tragic car accident. He had been on his way home from his late shift job, a drive he made every single night. The pieces started to click into place. Echo, the predictive AI, hadn't been tracking Tyler. It had been tracking Mark. The AI was so deeply embedded, it didn't even realize the phone had changed hands. It was still running its old prediction models based on Mark's life, his routines, his data. And according to Echo's calculations, Mark was supposed to die again. So why did Tyler get the notification? It was a terrifying coincidence. That night, Tyler had stayed late at a friend's house, much later than usual. To get home, he followed a route on his phone's GPS. A route he'd never taken before. It just so happened to be the exact same route Mark used to take home from his night shift. At 2:03 a.m., Tyler's location and travel vector accidentally aligned perfectly with the parameters of the danger Echo had predicted for Mark. The dormant code activated, saw the pattern, and issued its warning, believing it was speaking to the phone's original owner. You were supposed to die today. It was an echo of a fate that had already come to pass, now aimed at a new target. I told Tyler to stay put. Don't go anywhere. Don't follow that route. Let the clock run out on today. He was shaken, but he listened. He spent the rest of the night wide awake, watching his phone, waiting. The sun came out. The world outside started moving again. Nothing happened. The danger, whatever it was, a drunk driver, a faulty traffic light, a freak accident, had passed him by. He had broken the pattern. Then, just as he was starting to breathe a sigh of relief, his phone screen lit up one last time. There was no sound, just a silent message appearing on the screen. Once again, under that now infamous icon. It read, "Prediction avoided. Echo terminated." And then, as he watched, the black square with the white spiral flickered and disappeared from his screen, for good this time. The ghost in his machine had finally given up. Tyler never received another message. The fragments of Echo, having fulfilled their final, misplaced purpose, went silent forever. He had survived a pre-written death, a digital prophecy meant for another soul. In the next episode of Mind Games, we explore a mystery that begins with a room that shouldn't exist and a memory that refuses to stay buried. Until then, check your notifications. Some warnings aren't meant to be ignored. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more unexplained mysteries.